Okay, so excuse my voice, I'm recovering from a cold, but that was all the 10 Australis liquid lipsticks, and my lips are going to peel off, to be honest. But yeah, those are all the 10, and as you can see, I took pictures of the swatches as well. Sorry if they're, not too even or not too neat, but it's kind of difficult to do facing the camera. But anywho, what I have on my lips now was the last color you saw, which was, let me just double check, Mum-bai. This really deep vampy purple, and the lightest shade, Pa-i. Weird names, I think it's after some sort of cities or something like that, but yeah, these two combine, and yeah, it gives you like a dusty purple. And I didn't exactly mix it thoroughly, but generally what I do is I put both colors on the back of my hands, mix it together, then apply it on my lips so that it gives you a more, even color all over the lips. But yeah, I kind of tried to do an ombre thing, but whatever. But I really like it. So in any case, my brief review on these products are that they are very similar to the Ofra liquid lipsticks. I think these, in terms of packaging and formula, are very similar. They both have a moussey consistency. They both have quite a wide array of colors. I think Ofra has a lot more, but these are pretty decent. Not too many nudes, but a lot of bolds. And yeah, I think the colors that they have named according to cities like Mumbai, Barcelona, Shanghai, Ny-cee, all those is really quite fun and quirky. And if you think of a red, I tend to think of like the Big Apple and that kind of thing. So it really is really good namings. And I think Ofra also does them by cities. Like some of them were Doo-bai or something like that. But yeah, you can see why I think that they are dupes. And also these are slightly cheaper. If you're in Aussie dollars converted to the States, it's slightly cheaper. But in Singapore, I think they are cheaper form of liquid lipsticks, and Australis just came to Singapore in Guardians, and I'm not sure if in Watsons as well, but I'll leave all the information below. So they are basically a drugstore brand for us as well, so they are accessible. And finally we have liquid lipsticks in the drugstore, which is great for everyone who wants to try out the formula. What do I have to say about these compared to all the other liquid lipsticks in the market? Basically, these aren't fully liquid. They aren't like slippy liquid on the lips. They're actually quite moussey, and you require a little bit of effort in order to spread an even layer around your lips. Sometimes, if you saw on the swatches, especially for the darker shades, if you want like an opaque pigmented crisp line, you have to sort of go in twice into the tube. Generally, I don't have that issue with a liquid lipstick. I don't have to take more and more product out just to get like one solid opaque coverage all over my lip. I generally just use what's on the doe foot applicator, and that gives me full coverage for my whole lip. But for these, unfortunately, they don't. So you do have to spend the extra time to build up the colors. And also, what I find about these are that they dry really quickly. They dry in about 15 seconds and you can build it up. So building up, even though it may seem like a con or it may seem like a trouble to do, but they settle really quickly, so you can just layer them almost immediately. And yeah, as I mentioned, because they dry quickly, you can do the ombre effect you can just apply it on the middle, dab your lips a little, and it gives you a very nice ombre effect. However, if you want to mix colors, these won't really let you mix them on your lips. You should mix them on the back of my hand, as I mentioned. And yeah, if you ask me, I think the packaging of these are like just any old lip gloss tubes, and they're pretty cheap, but they close tight, which is what you need from a liquid lipstick so that they won't dry out. And I like how it's a transparent tube, just like the Ofra liquid lipsticks. They're very, how would I say, easy to choose your colors, and also they match. If you swatch it on your hand and if you match the color you see in the tube, they are almost exact, and that's when you know that consumer branding isn't trying to blind you or anything like that. They are just being very transparent with what they're giving, what they're selling to the consumer. So you don't really have to fuss around swatching and comparing it to your lip and deciding, oh, will this go? But you can just like match it according to your lip color, and you can pretty much guess if your skin tone suits these shades. So yeah, those are basically my pros. For the cons, I have quite a bit to say. Basically, the formula of these compared to the Ofra ones aren't as good personally, as I feel. I feel that the Ofra ones are, even though they are moussey, they are a little more lightweight, these feel quite heavy on the lips, and if you're not used to a liquid lipstick formula, this might be quite a shocker to you or culture shock to you. So it feels weighted on the lips, so it isn't as comfortable. And as I was applying them, as I mentioned, you do not get a very even canvas all over your lips. You need to build it up, and also be careful not to apply too much on certain aspects of the lip. You will get a very patchy application and you can see it. So I think the previous footage, just the last footage you saw of me applying the really deep dark purple shade, it was patchy as hell, and it was kind of scary just cause it set so quickly. So I was just like, shit, I can't say shit, but okay, anyway, and I was just like, oh no, on the other side of my lip it's patchy, so what do I do once this side is built up? So I just kept going over and over, and I was just like, hope it doesn't translate too bad on camera. But yeah, that's the reality of these products. They are patchy, and you do have to sort of learn how to apply them and get used to them, and it's not really sort of a no fuss type of application, which is not ideal, but also it doesn't mean that you can't learn. It just means that you have to keep trying and see how they apply on your lips and see if you like them, basically. So I suggest starting with the nudes, because even though the nudes are patchy, at the end of the day they will wear away with, you know, eating and everything, and as a nude lipstick it sort of just matches your lip. Yeah, so I guess you could start with the nudes. That's my recommendation. But for the bolds, there is a learning curve, and you do have to invest the time into learning how to apply these. Yeah, with that, I just want to mention that, you know, Australis is a cruelty-free brand, and also they don't test on animals and all that kind of thing, so it's vegan friendly and all that kind of thing. But for me, honest feedback is just that the formula could be better improved. However, they are highly dupeable to the Ofra liquid lipsticks in terms of formulation, in terms of packaging, in terms of the doe foot applicator. Everything's pretty much the same. So if you're looking for a certain specific dark shade that you want to get in the US market but you don't want to pay for shipping, then I suggest you can go for these, because they're highly, you know, comparable. But if you want to look for the best liquid lipsticks, these aren't it. These are what you pay for in the drugstore is what you're gonna get with these. They aren't super highly formulated, long lasting, moisturizing. They're pretty drying, they're pretty weighted, and you do have to take your time to apply them. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about these products. And if you enjoyed this review and you enjoyed my honest feedback, I hope you give it a thumbs up, because I truly appreciate it when YouTubers, bloggers give really honest and relatable feedback to the consumer, so that we can navigate through the messes that is consumer branding, and we are able to sort of choose the best options for ourselves and to recommend to others. So with that, I'll just see you guys in the next lip swatch video, makeup video, review video. And so if you want to keep up with my stuff, then just subscribe, and also follow me on all my socials. Everything will be linked down in the description box, so just check that out. And with that, I'll see you guys. Bye!